All right, and we are live on the 13th grave. This is going to be episode 7, part 2. I
Side
am Rex.
and this is Spooks.
And if you joined us for the last podcast, we were discussing what would happen if Pokemon happened to enter the world of Avatar, and the episode ended abruptly because I had some
family drama.
stuff to take care of. And not the Juggalo family, by the way. Whoop to the whoop. But,
Whoop to the whoop.
no, so it was my actual family. But anyway, that's neither here nor there for now.
You mean your blood family?
Well, okay, yeah, let's get even more specific here. My government family.
Your birth family.
The ones that I share hemoglobins with.
Genetics.
Yeah. But anyway, today we are going to finish off our Pokemon Avatar crossover. But before we get into any of that,
Finally.
finally, after 3 whole weeks,
It's been a long time waiting.
and I was going to do this, we were going to do this yesterday, but my body decided that, no, you're going to be sick instead. So,
Man, I just realized. Never mind. Anyways.
So, a schedule we have not.
Yeah, it's. You'll get us when we fucking get us. We'll be here. Fuck, I didn't make a post again either about us going live either. There's no.
Well, that's okay. We only had 1 viewer last time.
Yeah.
But shout out to him anyway. Thank you, Shadow.
Do you know who it was? Oh, yeah, Shadow, right.
Yes.
Shadow the good guy.
Yes, he is. But with that being said, before we get started, we have a, should I say, boatload, ass ton,
a megaton
of news to drop on your guys' foreheads.
We technically still don't even have it all either because I should probably stop. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, some of it's kind of old issues, but I felt like we should still bring it up anyways.
Yeah. And there's a couple of stories in here that I think are really freaking awesome and dope. So, we'll go to the major announcements first, and then we'll go from there. So, the biggest announcement we have, which if you've been paying attention to the Juggalo world at all, you will already know that Shaggy has a new solo album coming out May 26th. And for those of you that don't know, now you do.
Now you know. Is that really the biggest news?
I'd say 1/2 of ICP dropping anything is pretty big news in the Juggalo world.
Yeah, there's some pretty colossal news coming.
Yeah. That's going to take a little more time, though. And I can sum up this last one in just a sentence or two.
Fair enough.
But along with Shaggy's new album, he is also releasing t-shirts with his single Done Giving a Fuck. Those t-shirts will be in black and white, and I would love to cop one. However,
Same.
As Juggalos, we broke motherfuckers. So
I feel like we're broke the most because somehow Arlie Massive still can't get to the gathering.
That will change next year.
I know.
We will go to the gathering.
You told me that we can't get to this one.
Oh,
There's so much bullshit coming.
wow, you know, that's every year though.
What
Every year they do that bullshit. It doesn't matter which one it was. And the one gathering I really wished I could have been at was the one where they filmed Juggalo Island off of my favorite album.
I think for me, the one that I most regret not being able to go to, and I think it was at the same one. It was the Gathering of Dreams, and they had everybody for Wizard of the Hood. Like, it did. I mean, I know that'll probably never happen again with all the shit that went down and happened, but from the videos I've seen, that would have been something to fucking see. I love that album already as it is, and to see it live, like that would be fucking great. And I'm really sad I missed that.
we are just sad juggalos. Please watch our podcast and give us money.
We're saddleos.
Saddleos.
Anyways.
Well, that sounds awfully close to saddle hose, and that is.
I mean, if it'll get us there, I'll be a saddle hoe.
I don't know how we would do that, but yes. But anyway, new word coined on the Juggalo, the 13th grave, saddle hose. And we'll have to figure out we'll have to figure out some kind of image for that. But anyway, yeah. Well, every year something cool happens at the gathering, and every year we're sitting our asses at home, going, I wish I could be there.
Well, it doesn't help the fact that I just don't make enough to support my kid in being a single parent and going all the way on the other side of the fucking states.
Well,
maybe if they had it more centralized or more this way, I'd have more of a chance. But getting there is fucking expensive. I'm way over on the other fucking side.
Gathering in Seattle next year.
Yeah, right.
That would be the shit.
I don't know. I just wish they could do it in more of like a centralized area of the states. But like, I get that, it just depends on who will let them, host that. So exactly. It's not really. I don't really blame them. It's not their fault. It just sucks.
Well, they had to move from their original location to Ohio, didn't they?
Well, that wasn't. Or no, yeah, I think. Well, they've had to move it a couple times, and I think if I remember correctly, I can't remember where it's located this year, but I think it's the same as last year. And if I'm remembering correctly, it's the same area where they did the original gatherings, but I don't quite remember. Oh. I could be totally wrong about that.
Okay. All right. So, next topic. You are trying to kill me, I think. But it is news and it must be covered. So, there is a Violent J was interviewed by two podcasts that we are both huge fans of. Number one being the punk. Well, actually, I'll say it like this: the Punk Rock MBA, who you guys should totally check out. Not only the interview, but his video about Juggalos. We mentioned this all the way back on our very first episode because he goes into detail about what creative juggernauts ICP is and what they truly mean to the world. And he does such a great job covering that topic, even though he is not a fan of ICP or their music. that did not matter to him. He still covered them with great respect.
I think I could be wrong, but I feel like he's more of a fan of their craft, but just not a fan of their music.
Exactly.
But he recognizes them for their work ethic and their skills at merchandising and things like that.
And he even said himself, like, you cannot discount what Violent J and Shaggy have done.
I mean, even though, yeah, definitely check those videos out. But even outside of that, he has a lot of really good videos, especially with about a lot of the shit a lot of us juggalos grew up with, especially from the '90s and the early '90s,
Oh yeah.
early 2000s shit. Like he goes into like good depth about different genres and shit.
Oh yeah. Huge fan of punk rock NBA. So check him out and check out the interview. And then next, because it is way more Juggalo centered, I'm mentioning them last, but certainly not least, and probably more importantly, Violent J was interviewed by the Thuggalo Show, which
Yeah,
shout outs to
that was
them
fucking awesome.
for getting that
Yes.
interview. So
I don't know why people hate them so much either. Like I've been seeing them and getting a lot of hate by fucking people, and it's like, bro. And people didn't think that Jay was gonna be on there from what I was seeing too, which surprises me. It's like you realize these motherfuckers have like
dude,
really put a name out there for themselves, and they're constantly recognized by fucking people. How the fuck?
I mean, in their intro, they have Ouija Mac. They're down with RBO Trill. They have projects together with tons of people in the Juggalo community. They're not just some posers that are out there. No, not at all. They fucking.
If anything, these motherfuckers are inspirational, in my opinion. Like, I would love to have the kind of shit they got going for them.
Yeah, they eat, sleep, and breathe Juggalo shit. So if you're hating on them,
and they've been working hard for their fucking shit. Like, considering where they came from, like, they earned all that shit.
Mm-hmm. And I count them right there with Humble Among. And
yeah, totally. Humble Among's a fucking. He's down in this. Like, I wish I could have conversations with that guy. But anyways,
yes. But yeah, not to get too far off topic here, but yeah, definitely check both those interviews out. Violent J has been on his grind with speaking out to the Juggalo community, and yeah, just go check it out. Next up, Isham made a post on Twitter. It's not really news, but it is definitely an inspirational quote to live by, and something that Spooks and I were talking about earlier this week about art in general.
Yeah, we just felt it was a very fitting thing that he had posted this.
Yeah, and it is not where you take things from. It matters where you take them to. So that is the perfect description
the full quote was nothing is original. It doesn't matter where you get it from. It's what you do with it.
Right.
Or where you take it or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
basically our conversation was, yeah, there is nothing original, and it's hard to be original because everything's inspired from something.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
And a conversation that we did not have, but something I heard from somewhere else, and I think it's a video you shared with me, I'm not sure, but essentially what I read was there was a person that was very self-conscious about their art because they wanted it to be wholly original, so on and so forth. But anything that you do as you makes it art, and it makes it original to you.
Right.
So I thought that just fit in with what we're talking about.
No, yeah, no, totally, I agree.
Yeah. So never feel like you're not being original. As long as you're putting your heart and soul into it, it's still art, and it's still wonderful.
There's never anything wrong with taking inspiration from people, and like
absolutely not. We learn from history. We get
Right.
inspired
I
from
mean, if
history.
that was the case, we wouldn't have, ICP, for instance. They took inspiration from Esham, for Christ's sakes. And if you listen to like fucking early Esham, especially, like you can hear the similarities. But we fucking loved him for that shit.
Yep, exactly. So, and Isham wouldn't be there without somebody inspiring him, and so on and so forth. Like
Right.
it all comes from somewhere. So,
Right.
all right. So I think we beat that horse to death. Uh, next up, we have Ouija Mac, and he has announced a new project coming soon with Triz in
Mm-hmm.
another
Mm-hmm.
tweet talking about them making classics now. And then he decided to be the total troll that he is and announced a new video coming out once one of his videos gets 100,000 views. But none of us are going to care about that. So I don't know why he's
Yeah,
bothering to mention it. Uh,
that's what he said. By the way, we're not saying that. That's what
no,
he said.
that was in his tweet. So that's why I said it like that. Uh, but no,
I
that's for
can't
real.
remember what the. Do you have what the video was called that he said he was going to come out with?
No, I just wrote down that he had a video coming out.
Oh shit,
I
I
don't
can't
remember.
remember the name of it. But anyways,
Yeah.
or which one he said it was. But
Mm,
I'm excited for it.
yes. And for those of you out in Floridia land,
Florida.
also known as America's Dick, because it hangs like this. Um,
Right, they're going. They're gonna get chiseled off and float away down the fucking ocean.
but if you are out that way, have fun at Hellscape 3, you lucky bastards.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah. It was
again,
fucking.
I'm in the frozen north.
I'm in the friendly Pacific Northwest.
Yes. So, uh, anyway, Darby O'Trill will be there. Rejected Reyna. And it is also Doomslayer's birthday.
Yeah, so have fun with that.
Yeah.
Make it a fucking bash.
Yes.
That
If
shit
you are
sounds
there
awesome.
rocking your face off and you come by our podcast later, I hope you guys had a great time. And I mean that sincerely. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
we can be as upset as we want that we don't get to go to all these cool things, but that does not
fuck.
stop
Sorry.
us. That does not stop
It's
us
like,
from enjoying hearing your guys' stories about those shows. And if you want to share them in our comment section, which you should totally do, and also
yeah,
like, comment, and
totally.
subscribe. Uh,
Yes, please.
yes, we need the interactions. We're begging. Just kidding.
I will be a saddle hoe if you do that, please. Anyway,
Anyways, so yeah, have fun at Hellscape 3 for those of you that are going, or if you're already there, because the show's probably already started because it's 8 o'clock there now. But next up, we had Tara Reid has a new single out called Catacombs.
yes, and he's got a music video out for it too, and it was fucking sick. I I digged it. I loved it. It's
Yeah.
good.
And then there is a guy by the name of Fat Nick, an artist that I was not aware of until Spooks brought him to my attention. He has a
Yes,
new album called Songs on the Radio.
I say a lot of them should know who he is. He was also at the Gathering last year too,
Yep.
and was on the Palcast with Shaggy and uh, Keegan before the Palcast split up.
Right. And then a little bit outside of the Juggalo world because there's a shit ton of gathering news. I'm going to do that last. So, uh, next up we have Dead Boy Kez, who we referred to in our Pokemon Cypher video. If you didn't know, we are fucking huge
Ketamine.
fans of that person. Uh,
Yes.
They
Kids
have a
are
new album out called Dead Life 2, and definitely
yes.
show them some love. A lot of it.
Yeah, they make some pretty good music, and I definitely feel like more people should check them out.
Yes, absolutely. Then we have Suicide Boys. They recently released something called the Yin Yang Tapes.
Yes,
Uh,
they're ePay. They're
e-
ePay. They're EP.
well, their EP might be on eBay, so.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
But yeah, so you have that going. Then we had Eight Corpses with the album Addiction.
Yep.
Okay.
Or the I think it was a single. I haven't listened to it yet. But anyways, I'm not too familiar with him. I've only heard a little bit of their stuff, but they're pretty good from what I've heard.
Right. Um, I am pulling up our episode here on my phone to make sure that we are sounding good, and we are. So we are not having technical difficulties yet.
Yeah, we got a long road ahead of us.
Yes.
Plenty of time.
So then we have uh, 99Z with Pistol Flow and a new
Yes.
single called Sleep on the Flow.
Yes.
Darby O'Trill, speaking of him earlier, he also has a new single out, so that
Yep.
is good.
With acetone.
Acetone, that's right. And then, bum we come to the shit ton part of the news, which is the gathering. Which,
Is
again,
arguably the bigger news.
the biggest news. They are going to have an alien haunt, which sounds like a shit ton of fun that we won't be having.
And we do know that a lot of this is not technically all new news, but we're just kind of catching up and also just, getting it out there just in case maybe for some reason you haven't heard and maybe you live under a rock. I don't fucking know. But we're just catching up because we haven't been on in a while, so.
That is true. And I'm going to be more bouncy than usual because I am freaking tired. So I need to try and stay awake for this whole thing. Uh,
Perfect.
I
It's the way
got,
we like it.
yeah, I got very little sleep last night, and I have had just a heck of a week, to say the least. So, but the show must go on, and
It's a good
yes,
song, by the way.
yes, but yes. Next up, we have Benny Buttons will be coming to the main stage at the gathering. Don't know who that
Yeah,
is,
admittedly, I'm
but
gonna say admittedly, I have not heard of him, so my bad on that. Like, hope he's good.
he must be if he's getting invited to the main stage. So,
Right. Well, yeah, true. Facts.
and hopefully he is family friendly. Then we have a costume contest, which I would love to participate in again.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
And there's also the Miss Juggalette contest or pageant, I should say. And it ain't your mama's Miss America pageant
Or your grandma's.
or your
Or your
grandma's.
great grandma's.
Nope, there ain't gonna be no conservative nothing at this pageant, I am sure. If you got them over the boulder shoulders, I mean over the shoulder boulders, they're probably gonna be flopping about.
Hey, if they can do some neat tricks with them, they might make a standing.
I mean, it might go right along with the Queen of Cheeks contest. So, uh,
You know, I was thinking too. if I was able to go, I would probably win the Queen of Cheeks. So it's probably a good thing I'm not going to be there.
Well, you would have some
It'll
tough
give
competition from me.
it'll give everybody a fair chance there, and since I'm not going to be there.
I
So.
mean, my cheeks might look like this, but I would still try. But anyway.
Mine are like a nice peach. Anyways, what?
Then we have. My only goal is to make you laugh. I'm going to treat you like the Undertaker in WWE. But anyway.
What? I cannot be the Undertaker.
I don't know. There are times I think that you could be.
I'm not serious enough to be the Undertaker.
No, maybe not, but you're definitely foreboding. And you could, as a wrestler, I could see you as that type of character if you needed to be.
We're gonna go off track in this long episode.
Which is fine, because you know what? I got nothing better to do.
Alright, sounds good.
Sleep is for the weak. But anyway, we have City Morgue going.
Fuck yeah, man.
Again, this is not an artist that I have heard of, but apparently you have.
Oh yeah, dude. I've listened to them for at least 3 or 4 years now, and I'm big fan, and I'm glad they're finally going to the gathering.
Yeah.
Like they're good fucking fire shit, man.
And do you like vampires? And do you like Kung Fu?
I'll never do that again.
Then there is a Kung Fu vampire for you.
Yes, Kung Fu Vampire will be at the gathering of the Juggalos this year. He's coming back, which I think is great. I was mentioning in one of our episodes, I was mentioning that like because last year they were just wanting to have new artists.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if they were going to try to keep that up because like I know there's a lot of like Juggalo artists that we already like and would love to come back, and he was one of the ones I mentioned.
Yes.
So I'm kind of glad he's back because I am a huge Kung Fu Vampire fan. Like, I'm. He hasn't. I feel like he hasn't come out with anything for a while. And so I'm hoping he's coming out with new music soon too. Oh, he did actually come out with a couple things. I take that back. But still, like I want a whole album again.
Yes. It has been a long time since I've listened to Kung Fu Vampire's music. No offense to him. I just get sidetracked by so many other things and just end up listening to the comfort hits, if you will. But
I think he's been busy with his like personal life or something too. If I'm not mistaken.
But I do remember I got to see him live at a Twisted show.
Yes.
And if you
that was where was that?
I think it was him and Potluck and somebody else.
I know, but I'm trying to remember the name of the tour because it was the one where they were all Twisted were all white.
Yeah.
And then they had like the machines or whatever, the blood, or I think it was a grinder or something, and it went dark, and then they were like covered in blood and shit. And it was fucking cool. But yeah, that was a fucking like. I miss fucking old Twisted. Anyways,
yes.
Let's not go too far down that road. But anyways, that was really epic though, getting to see him live there.
And
like when he first appeared.
Yes. And when they said he could rap his ass off, they aren't joking. The man is beyond beast mode, beyond monster, beyond anything. Just he is a freaking rap machine. And I love him. And you can meme that clip. I don't care. Anyway. Next, we have the Ninja Olympics. If you want to test your skills of the Ultimate Ninja Master. and I will start
Yeah.
doing that now because that is.
I would definitely. I would definitely join that too.
Yes.
But again, I am so agile and quick and swift that I don't want to make other ninjas just not have a chance for that gold. So
well,
probably best that.
well, yeah.
So I will take.
Well, because people don't even realize you just left the room right now and came back and finished your sentence.
Dude, you didn't even see it.
Yep. Just. It's true though. But anyway.
I just did it again.
Yeah.
I poked you in the butthole too. You didn't even feel it.
I did now.
Anyway. No, but that sounds like it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Like I kind of wish I could be there to see that. That sounds like it'll be pretty cool.
Yes. And then Isham is going to be performing at the gathering, but it's not going to be just Isham.
Dude, this is some
his old group. And you told me the name. I know it is Satan backwards, but I forgot how to say it. Natis.
Yes, dude. Okay. That's another big reason why I am sad that we can't go this year. That is some phenomenal shit. Like, I would love to be there for that. Definitely. I mean, I'm pretty sure people are going to, but I'm just saying, like, do not miss that because that is like history right there.
Yeah. And he knows when you've been sleeping. He knows when you're awake. So you better be good for fucking sake.
What?
Clown
Santa?
face will be at the gathering.
What are you going with this?
So don't be a bitch or you won't get shit for Christmas.
Good thing nobody was claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Have a fear of Santa Claus. Are you okay?
Forgot about that joke.
You're welcome.
Anyway. And are you having development problems? Have you recently been arrested? Well, good thing the cast of Arrested Development will be at the gathering.
I'm not. Yes, you heard it here. It's going to be at the gathering of the Juggalos. I can't. I would love to see them too.
Yes.
Why do I feel like you're like doing a commercial for like a radio station or something?
Because that's exactly what came to my head. Okay. You know what my job is.
Right. It's true. Okay.
There is a lawyer commercial that comes on all the time. And it makes me laugh every time I hear it. And then when I was reading that, I was like, yep, that's what I'm going to do. And for those of you that are fans of a little space style pew pew, they're going to be having laser tag after sundown. That sounds pretty fun. A shit ton of fun.
Yeah.
And you better put your dukes up in the lyrical sense, because the rap battles are coming back. And
as they do every year.
And if you's a sucker MC, you best get to walking. Anyway, Hex with 3 X's is going to be performing at the gathering.
Yep.
As they should be.
Right.
I wonder if they're gonna get Scythe Gang back as well.
I personally haven't seen anything, but they should. That would be fucking great.
Yes.
I would like them to become like a regular act there.
Yes. Huge fan of Scythe Gang. I just love screaming and 808s and heavy guitar riffs, and it's like the
Macy's
best.
been coming out with some good solo shit too. I don't know if you've heard any of her
No,
solo
but I have
things,
been meaning
but
to check it out because I am subscribed to them, and yeah, I've been meaning
yeah,
to.
I've been a fan of her solo songs.
Yeah.
So, I don't think she's done any concerts for him or anything, but that'd be pretty dope.
And if you are a fan of aliens and foam and getting abducted, Shaggy the Airhead's got a fun party for you guys.
Shaggy the Airhead, and who's with him?
I did not write that down because apparently my
It's
Devereaux, that's right. Which shout out to Devereaux. That dude is a freaking production
He's a
god.
beast, man. Yeah,
Like
I
I
huge
want to hear
fan.
him and Mikey Clark collab on a project.
Or battle each other.
Ugh. I I don't want to pit them against each other, but that would be fucking dope too. So,
Right?
but those two, that sounds like it's gonna be a hell of a time. Cause I could just imagine like you're partying, then all of a sudden the lights go out, somebody shoves a like foam head over your head, and that's how you get abducted. And then they like bring you to some room, and then they like kind of like Mafia where they bring you in the back, and then you got to go abduct others or something like that, you know?
I don't think it's quite like that.
No,
Interesting idea.
but I would that sounds like it'd be a ton of fun. Like you have no idea what's gonna happen, and all of a sudden you're like, "Hey, what the?" And then you got to go act like an alien, like or,
There's
or something. I just think that'd be a shit ton of fun.
yeah. I now know what you would sound like as an alien. I guess.
Well, maybe not quite
Kind
that,
of like
but
it kind of reminds me of Zoidberg.
that's where I didn't do the claw thing, but yeah.
You got to go.
Whoop, 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 whoop. But so trying to get through the rest of this. Are you
Yeah.
a fan of wrestling? Are you sick of school? Well, fuck you, because Madman Pondo's taking you to wrestling school. If you wish to go.
If you wish to go.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah, I think if you go into it though, you can get to wrestle in the actual JCW events that they're having at the gathering.
See, that'd be dope as fuck, to be perfectly honest.
Right.
Like, I am 37 now, and my body would be like, fuck you for doing this, but
Oh, my body would be fucked.
yeah. But I would still do it just one time.
Well, there's this step, I think it probably has to do with just some of the shit that we've done. Like it's still ingrained in me to wish I could wrestle at times
Oh,
because,
absolutely.
like when we were helping with the Portland wrestling, not Portland wrestling,
Yeah.
but just helping with that though, with the setting up the ring and shit and taking it down and like spending nights there and stuff, like, and then them offering, like, I really kind of wish I could have done that because it just seemed like a lot of fun.
Yep. Yeah. And if you have an ant farm of the alien variety, they will also be at the gathering. And you better go rock your fucking heads off because I fucking love Alien Ant Farm. Even though I only know one song, which was Smooth Criminal, which was a Michael Jackson song that they covered.
Hey, their cover though was fucking fire. Everybody knows that one.
Oh yeah. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. Yeah, that song is fucking hard. and I love it.
The biggest thing I remember from that was because I remember going to it was like a video game store that was at the mall. I think it was, or a movie store. But they had a TV, and that video for some reason, the music video for that would play on there a lot.
Yep.
And I just remember the part where he's like walking on I think it's like the walkway of like the neighborhood or whatever, and it's like lights up on lights or whatever.
Yes, I always
I
remembered
remember
that
always,
too.
I always remember thinking that was pretty fucking fresh.
Well, and then somebody pointed out all the different Michael Jackson videos that they had Easter eggs that they were paying homage to in that video,
Right, yeah.
which is really fucking cool too. But anyway, go rock your fucking socks off to Alien Ant Farm because that is going to be a hell of a time.
Rock out with your cock out.
Yep. And I I better just read these normally because I'm having too much fun with this. But anyway, uh, there's going to
You
be
might have a
a
job for yourself there.
what's that?
You might get a job for yourself there doing announcements in commercials and stuff.
Well, that'd be fun. It would be, but unfortunately, I'm not being paid for all this stuff right now. So you get what you
True.
get. That was the free shit. But anyway, uh, Chris Calico, not a cat,
Yeah.
not a cat, not a calico cat,
Oh,
but but an extremely huge fan of Chris Calico
yeah.
and his music. Uh, yeah, if you have the chance, I mean, you're getting Kung Fu Vampire, you're getting
Alien Ant Farm.
Alien Ant Farm, you're getting fucking uh, Whitney Payton. I didn't even mention her.
Yeah.
Whitney Payton is going to be there. You're getting Chris
hmm
Calico. I mean,
I know you don't know them, but City Morgue, that's some pretty
yeah,
big news, too. Like,
yeah. You're getting fucking Hex. I mean, please
right.
send us tickets. Just kidding.
Let us be your saddle hose.
Yeah, I will let you ride me
Sorry,
into the
saddle
gathering.
hose.
Yes, I will let you ride me into the gathering if it means that I get a ticket.
Right.
I, I uh, but anyway, uh, yeah. And then they're also having a sci-fi contest, which you have to sew and
Sci-fi.
create your own costume, and they'll be won't they will they be providing materials for that?
Are you talking about? It's not a. I don't think it's a sci-fi. It's a. You talking about the costume contest?
No, the sci-fi thing. They were doing like some. I thought you said it was a contest.
So there's the contest, the costume contest where you make your own costumes and stuff. I
Right.
don't know if you have to make them there at the gathering or not. I would assume not.
Oh, okay.
But the other contest was a. It's like a painting contest,
Oh.
and
Okay.
it's sci-fi related.
That okay. That's
It's
okay.
the Tom Wood art battle or something like that.
Which uh this is hella faded and you probably can't even tell what it is anymore. But Tom Wood did the Jekyll Brothers artwork. This
Yeah,
thing is so beat up you can't even tell because I've had it for so long and it was
it was
well
a
loved.
fucking yeah.
This thing is probably almost as old as I am, but I will never get rid of it, even if I
I
don't
wouldn't
use it
say
as a wallet
that.
anymore because I can't
I
because
would.
it's falling
I
apart.
would. I don't know if I'd say it's as old as you are because you're not
Uh,
that young.
well, it's I was probably like what 15 when you got this thing for me. No, I was probably a little older than that, like 24. But still, over 20 years this thing is.
I like how you say a little older. You jump like almost 10 years. Just a little older, like 10 years later.
That's only a little bit in the grand scheme of things. I mean, compare 10 years to 100, and that's not that big of a gap.
Okay, when it hits 100 years, we'll say it was really old.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, yeah, I would say we might have been probably 26, 25, 26.
Yeah. It was in those years.
Pretty close to 50.
Yeah.
So,
But apparently, there's a chat message and I can't read it. Why not? I want to shout
oh,
whoever out that messaged us.
well, I will jump, I will not be able to be seen, but I can, check it out real fast. Since everything wants to be stupid for us. Again,
Yeah.
it's not a show
Not.
unless shit just don't go right.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was the main topics for um
I can't see anything in the chat.
I can't either, but it says that I have one top message, so I don't know what the hell that means. I can't see it or read it, but whatever. I guess that's just how it goes. But anyway, back to the podcast because yeah,
Is that all the news?
that is all the news. And that took us
Okay.
45 minutes because of my dumbass wanting to be funny. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way.
I was gonna say it's gonna be long no matter what, anyways.
Right. But now,
Like we said, each episode has to be longer and longer.
yes. Um, Fortunately, not like my memory. But anyhow, uh, there were other jokes I could have made there, but I was not going to. But anyway,
We're here for them.
that's well, let's just say hot dogs would be involved. But anyhow,
Okay.
uh, so the subject that you know what I forgot to do?
The intro.
45 minutes in, the intro.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right. There's the intro.
Yeah.
Woo! Which I will leave timestamps in the video description below if you just want to jump to the content. I'm gonna start doing
maybe,
that in more of our
maybe,
videos.
maybe for some people that was the content.
Hey, 47 minutes of me acting like a complete dumbass. I That's what you come for.
I mean, I would say we both are.
Well, yeah, that is true.
You're not alone.
That is true.
I hate my laptop. Sorry.
I I know what you mean. I hate this freaking phone sometimes.
I'm just. I wish I had a reliable PC or something that I could do all this shit on.
Yes. Well, your dreams may be, or your your wishes may be granted soon, because I have some things in the works.
Ooh, I'll call you
Yes.
the Great Malenko.
Uh. Oh, that actually reminds me of something. Remember
Oh.
how we were saying that I was the one and you are the 3 in 13th grave? I realized that it does work because your Joker card is the Riddle Box, and my Joker
Mm.
card is Bang Pow Boom, which is the number 1 in the second deck.
Make a good point. I
So
didn't think of that.
I
I
did not
always
either until
associate. I always, for some reason, well, I mean, it's because you do like that album, but I always associate it with the Jekyll Brothers. However, you are correct. Your favorite card is actually Bang Pow,
yes.
which is fucking cool because honestly, I don't hear a lot of people say that one.
Right. I did not.
Commonly, it's usually either my favorite or it's Great Malenko or
The Wraith.
Wraith. And I, out of the newer ones, I usually hear more Fearless Fred Fury, and a lot of people loving Yum Yum Bedlam, which is my favorite out of that one. I need to get me some Yum Yum merch. Anyways,
Yep.
sorry, getting off track.
Okay.
Like we do.
Like we do. We go. Wah, wah. Anyhow,
Yeah, it is never a straight trip.
yeah. Well, why would it be? Because that wouldn't be us. But anyway, so
It's just boring that way. Where's the adventure?
exactly. So we covered in our last episode Aang, Katara, Sokka, um,
Suki.
Suki, and did we cover Iroh? I want to say we did. And Zuko. So we got 6 out of our 11.
Yeah. Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah. And so we still need to do.
We were on top. We were about to do top, and then
Yep. And it was still loaded up on my screen when we abruptly ended that episode. But anyhow, so here we are with Toph and which Pokemon we would give her and why. So the first Pokemon that we came up with, which was, I think, kind of a no-brainer. And if
did
you
you
are,
see them all rock?
yeah,
All right.
every single one was just a rock. We were like, nah, we don't need to do anything more than that. Let's see, where did I have those saved?
Is the first one her starter?
Her first one, oh, I did not. I should have done that. Well, the Pokemon that's on the screen is going to make a ton of sense, but then I'll do her starter. My bad.
Oh, no, you're good.
Should have started.
I don't think we had a specific order.
That's true. But for her first Pokemon, and for anybody who is a fan of Toph, will know that Badger Moles were her teacher. So we felt it was more than appropriate to give her Excadrill.
Yeah. Not only being a mole, but her being the inventor of metal bending and him being a steel type.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. You can't ask for a better fit for Toph, in my opinion, unless it was blind somehow. But I feel like if Toph was a Pokemon, like that would be it.
Yes. And Excadrill is just badass in and of itself. It's one of my favorites from its gen. I believe it was Gen 4. And
No, I think you black and white.
oh, Gen 5. No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. But anyway, Excadrill has just been always one of my favorites since the beginning. Since I first seen him, he's just fucking cool and fits Toph's personality beyond anything. So that was the first Pokemon that we gave Toph. Then next we gave her, where's it at here? Ah, let's do the starter,
Okay.
which was. And if you guys disagree, again, comment
Yeah.
down below.
Right. I'd like to know your guys' opinions.
Yes, you guys are more than welcome to disagree with any of our picks at any
And
time.
tell us what you would put.
Yes. Yeah, and don't just disagree to disagree. Definitely say why or what
Yeah.
Pokemon you would choose instead. And this Pokemon is freaking huge. Holy cow. Why did I choose this big stupid sprite? Well, it's not even a sprite. It's just a huge.
Is it her starter?
Yes.
I mean, he's a big fella.
Yeah. And I can't even select it now. There we go. Nope. Bringing it down some. Bringing it up some. Bring it down some. Bring it up some. Bring it down some. Bring it up some. Jesus Christ. Ah.
You'll get it.
Yeah, it's actually on the screen now, and you can tell what it is.
Nice.
We gave her. Why can I not think of its name? Torterra. Oh my gosh, it's a
Talking
freaking
about
turtle.
Torterra.
It's a freaking turtle.
And why did we give her Torterra?
Because it is a grass and a ground type, and its armored shell definitely fits Toph's personality. And her connection to the swamp tree or the swamp.
Yeah. Isn't it called like the tree life or something like that?
Something like that. I'd have to look it up again because I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I can't really remember the name either, but it's something like that.
Yeah, but so all of those things combined made Torterra a very fitting pick, I feel, for
a starter. Yeah.
Yes. And so that leads us to the next one. And I do apologize if we don't go into too much detail on these, but some of them just seem like they're
they're either self-explanatory or like also because it's been so long since we did the first one, I kind of remember some of the
right
connections we had.
And the next one, this one should be extremely self-explanatory and fits Toph like a glove. In fact, 4 of them. But Gigantamax Machamp.
Oh yeah.
And the biggest reason is he wears a championship belt or a power belt. What is Toph at the beginning of her introduction? She is the blind bandit.
Yeah, she's a wrestler.
And she's a wrestler.
And she has the. Sorry.
Oh, and she is defeating gigantic hulking men.
Isn't she? I can't remember. Was she the reigning champion or did she get the championship?
Nope, she was the reigning champ.
Okay.
Yeah. And we felt like Gigantamax Machamp just fit so perfectly.
I don't really remember the full reason why we went with Gigantamax instead of regular Machamp.
Because
I knew there was a reason.
The Ember Island players.
Oh, right.
I sound like a giant muscly armed dude.
That's right.
Ah! Oh, I got a good look.
My name's Tough because it sounds like tough.
Uh, so, yes, Machamp, and not just any Machamp, Gigantamax Machamp, I feel, we felt, was perfect for Toph. So then,
Yeah.
we come up to another Pokemon, and this one might seem a little too on the nose, a little bit, but we
Mhm.
felt like it made perfect sense. Oh, we gave her a Dino. But unfortunately, I did not have a good picture of Dino. So instead, I went with, where is it? Shiny Hydreigon, because we were going to give her a shiny Dino.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually it would
Which
have
was,
evolved into Hydreigon
yeah,
anyway. So,
right.
and the main reason why we went with it is because Zuelos and Dino are blind. And
Exactly. And there really isn't also a lot of blind Pokemon options either.
no. And the thing about it is, with Toph's demeanor and not wanting to feel weak, we felt like Dino's personality because that thing will throw itself off of cliffs until it can fly. So, oh wait, no,
No, I
that's
would say that's
Spago
yeah, for Salamence.
for Salamence. Never mind. But they get very
It's
angry and will bite each other.
yeah, that's Zolos. It can't see too, and it'll often bump into things and get cut and
Right, and
damaged.
yeah, that's true. And I'm sure dealing with blindness before she could see with her seismic sense, she probably dealt with a lot of the same issues. And we felt
Yeah,
like,
I feel like it's more like she would sympathize with it, and then dealing with Zoilos because they often fight and bicker, she would get an attitude with it and often tell to knock it off and.
oh yeah. And then, like, here was an aspect we didn't even discuss, but it makes even more sense because look at her daughters. They were constantly fighting with each other. And
Yeah, that's true.
so,
Very true.
if you're a Legend of Korra fan and you watched into those seasons, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So, that even fits too.
And if you haven't, do.
Yes.
It is totally worth it. It was
Yes.
so good.
And anyway, I won't get into that, but uh, yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah.
And then next on the list we had. I wish I had. Oh, this
I know
one.
we were going in appearance order, so I don't remember who.
Oh no, we're not done yet.
Okay.
Then we gave her a Mamoswine because
Oh,
her
yeah.
family crest is a flying boar. And what is
Right.
Mamoswine if not a boar? And an elephant, of
Not
course.
not a flying boar, unfortunately, but a
Eh,
boar nonetheless.
but if Hydreigon decided to pick it up and fly with it?
Oh, is he big enough?
That is a good question because I have not actually looked into that. But Mamoswine too, because Swinub and
Little swine.
Piloswine, yeah, I believe they are both blind as well.
I don't know that they are. I think they just have long hair that kind of covers their eyes.
Mm,
But I don't think it makes them blind or anything.
okay, but yeah, we just felt like
But who's to say maybe hers aren't blind for some reason?
yeah. And look at this lineup already, and we haven't even gotten to the final Pokemon yet. She
Yeah,
has
she's got a beastly team.
like I would not want to face her as a trainer. You have a dragon dark type. You have a ground ice type. You have Machamp, which is a fighting type. You have freaking Torterra, which is a grass and ground type. And then you have Excadrill, which is a ground and steel type. So, not very many weaknesses on this team.
and and a monstrous team for probably the shortest character out of the like team avatar,
Yeah.
but also with the biggest personality.
Yes. Uh, and that was, yeah, it's just like totally makes sense. And then last but not least, we gave her a Palossand
Oh
because
right.
uh, number one, because of the library, and then later on she becomes a sandbender, and we felt like it was a very fitting mon for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Palossand can learn Rock Tomb, which is something that Toph would be very easily capable of putting you in. So don't mess with her.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, her line and a sand and or a sand. Oh my gosh, there is no sand type. Anyway, but
There is now.
a ghost and ground type. So looking at this team, she looks like she would be an eighth gym leader, if not
Yeah.
an Elite Four member.
Right. Yeah. Her team's a farm rule team.
And in fact, I would probably go so far as even a champion team.
Yeah. I could possibly see that.
Yeah. So don't mess with
I
Toph.
mean,
Ugh.
if what was that girl's name in black and white? The dragon
Iris,
girl. Yeah, wasn't she the champion?
she became the champion in the second one, yes.
Yeah. Well, she can be the champion. Toph can be the champion.
Right. And yeah, you ain't getting past this team easily. You are in for a
No.
fight.
I
And this,
mean, I guess one could argue that we gave her maybe too strong of a team, but like, I don't know. I think there's an argument to say that she could be that strong.
she is Toph. She is the greatest earthbender, and don't you dunderheads ever forget it.
Right. Nice.
So, yeah, I uh I am very pleased with this team. And yeah, I think she's had the strongest team so far, if not very
Yeah.
close to it.
The only thing is maybe Aang because he has legendary, but
Yeah. And even Lugia would have a hard time defeating all of these.
mm-hmm.
Definitely not by itself.
Right.
So, yeah. So that is Toph and her lineup. And boy, what a lineup it is. But now we must move on to the next character, which is unfortunate because that means that we are coming closer to the end. And I am loving this style of video.
Well, I mean, to be honest, we could still do like Legend of Korra or
Yes.
other Avatar characters, or even other franchises too.
And those will be coming.
Hell, we could even do like an interesting one and do like even just like music artists and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yes. Um so that was Toph. We already did Aang, Katara, Sokka, Suki,
Are
Iroh.
we on? Are we on Azula and Friends?
So now we are on to Azula and friends, which
Okay.
means I need to change the image here.
I remember really liking these teams.
Yes. So now we move on to the firebenders. Well, not all. Well, yeah, basically firebenders now, or Fire Nation.
Yeah, Fire Nation.
So I think it is only fitting that we do the Fire Nation background or the throne room. But anyway, so now we will move on to Azula because I believe we see her next after Toph. And Azula
Right.
is certainly not one to be trifled with. I freaking loved
No.
Azula as a character. Um, yeah, she went a little nuts at the end, but seeing what her upbringing was and all of the abuse that she suffered at the hands of her wonderful father, I can't really blame her for being the way that she was.
Yeah, I mean, understandable, I guess I would say.
Yes.
Like, it makes sense.
And just how powerful she freaking was. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And so, for her first Pokemon, again, this is for every royal family member.
Yeah, we mentioned that before in the other video, too.
Yes. Every royal fire the fire family member, royal family, gets a Charizard.
Right.
Which Charizard they get, though, depends on their personality and other things like that. And in Azula's case, she gets Mega Charizard X.
Yes.
Number one, Blue Fire.
Yeah, blue fire aesthetic is big thing.
Yes. And with Azula, that is one of her signatures because her fire burns just that hotly that it is
Yes.
blue. And that is crazy when you think about it because
Mm.
I, when watching that battle, that, and it, again, spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, please
Whoops.
click off the video. But the
Right.
final battle between
Well,
her and Zuko,
if anybody's watching this, I'm just gonna say real fast. If anybody's watching this worried about spoilers over a show that's been around for how long now,
yeah,
like, why are you watching this?
yeah.
Go watch it and then come back.
Well, Avatar itself is almost 20 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, it
Damn.
debuted in
Damn.
2005.
Well, before I start feeling like an old geezer again, um, what were you saying about the fight?
But the fight between Zuko and Azula, like, I just think about her fire being powered up by the comet and how
Mm.
hot that arena must have been. I mean,
Oh yeah, dude.
Zuko's fire on top of that, like, I'm surprised things were not being set ablaze just from the sheer heat alone from them both
Right.
being powered up and her fire being so hot, Sokka's, well, or not Sokka. Oh my God. I have failed you, Avatar community. I'm sorry.
Oh well, we're not technically a part of their community, anyways.
But Zuko, and his fire wasn't as hot, but just the fact that he had recently trained with the dragons and learned and got a new sense of purpose and everything else, like it wasn't burning from rage anymore. It was fully focused on life and everything else. Like, man. And if
Yeah, dude.
you could probably cook a hot dog 30 miles away. That's how hot I believe that arena was.
Yeah, anyone around there would have been burning up.
Yeah. So, and the fact that Katara could just chill out and be around there, like, that's gotta say something. And
Yeah,
plus, I mean, I know she's a waterbender, so that probably helped, but Jiminy.
right?
But anyway, enough about that. Uh, moving on to the next Pokemon that we gave her. And this one might come as a shock to some people, but not to me. And certainly not you, because we were the ones that came up with this list.
Uh huh.
But we gave her a shiny Salazzle
Oh yeah.
because being a princess and in her later years, I could see her, and I'm not saying anything about her. Uh, how shall I put this delicately? Um, her bedroom affairs. But if the Fire Nation had won, and her being a princess, and the type of person that she is, I could totally see her having a harem of men.
Yeah. Well, um, she definitely had. Well, actually, I was thinking more of. Anyways, go on. I can't remember what I was gonna say to add to that now.
Oh, but yeah. Uh, but she had all kinds of servants and everything else, and Salazzle just being a queenly type of Pokemon in and of its own right, being in total control, all of those things just fit Azula's personality, in my
And I also
opinion.
think the fact that Salazzle being poison
Yes.
and her being a very toxic person.
Yes. 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 The fire poison typing as well. Yeah.
And I also feel like it's fitting to the fact that she has, I think that her being in the royal family, they would be able to get a hold of things as rare as a shiny Salazzle, because those are very hard to get, and they
Yep.
would have the money just to get one.
Yep. I mean, look at they stole Appa and it was being used in a circus. So
Mm,
uh and I'm sure there are plenty of other creatures, something that was never delved into in the books that deeply, but yeah, just being the royal family and who they were, yeah, they probably had access to some really cool stuff that nobody else in the world would.
right.
Um, so yeah, that is why you will also see the next Pokemon, which is also shiny, and it just again, it's her personality. Hisuian Zoroark.
Oh yeah, I wish I could. I know there was. I wish I remember all the reasons. I know there was a lot going into like the Pokedex and everything, and I can't remember. But yeah, I remember that one being a very fitting.
Yeah. In fact, why don't we just look that up real quick? So with its disheveled white fur, it looks like an embodiment of death. Heedless of its own safety, Zoroark attacks its nemesis with a bitter energy so intense that it lacerates Zoroark's own body.
Yeah, that's right. And that's very much, I think that very much represents her insanity when she just loses it. And
Yes.
because she does not care at that point. She's just like trying to take, obliterate anybody she can,
Yep.
regardless of her own safety. And
I mean, the whole stupid hair.
yeah,
And yeah, when she was completely losing it, yeah, this Pokemon made perfect sense.
right.
Uh, so
And it being a ghost type, I think could also fit into her mother believing that she's dead. And
yeah, yep, because they both thought that their mom died.
yeah,
And it was the ghost of her mother that kept talking to her.
right,
So
right, yeah, that's true.
so yeah. Anyway, Hisuian Zoroark and shiny form again. I mean,
Yeah,
Zoroark and Zorua is hard to find in and of itself, but again, royal family, so on and so forth.
yeah.
Then we gave her. Let me look. I keep forgetting all the ones that we gave her. Ah, so then we gave her. Where
I
is
know
she?
there's at least one more shiny.
Yes, and that was a.
You gotta remember, how many did we do? We did four of hers?
Yeah, four of hers were shiny.
No, I mean, like, have we done four of her Pokemon?
Uh, three.
Three? Okay, I remember at least two of the ones that we haven't done.
The next
Sorry.
one is shiny Houndoom.
Yes.
And Houndoom, if you don't know, if it burns you, it's a burn that never goes away.
Yeah, it's extremely hot, which her fire is, and it's almost like a venom or a poison in your body, under your skin, and it never leaves.
Yeah. That is a scary ass thought because I don't know about you, but I believe everybody has been burned at least once.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a shitty feeling when it happens. And it takes a while for that pain to go away. It does go away, but could you imagine any burn that you have ever received ever and still feeling it this many years later?
Yeah.
Like, ow.
And oh, sorry, I didn't. I don't mean to jump off, but I just remembered too. There was another reason for the Salazzle too.
Oh, yeah?
It was also to represent the lizards
Oh,
that they ride in on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those gecko thingies. Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's
I
fine.
just remembered that backtrack.
Yep. Oh, that's fine. So yeah.
And she also just seems like, though, with Houndoom, like the person to have like a hellhound or something.
Yeah, like a guardian dog almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to protect the palace. Yeah, I could see the whole palace being protected by Houndooms, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
And Ozai, like Mr. Burns, release the hounds. Dooms. Like, uh-oh. But anyway, so yeah, Houndoom, and it's also shiny because its shiny form is blue. Again, blue fire type. Uh, and that is why we went with shiny Houndoom. Although, looking at this version versus the actual shinies in game, they can be a little harder to distinguish, but whatever. And if she did not already have Mega Charizard X, I could also see her forcing a Mega Houndoom. Uh,
Yeah.
mm,
I could totally see that.
yeah, like you will fight for me with every last thing that you have.
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah,
And same with the other one of the other ones that we haven't talked about too.
yeah, and I don't know why, but I'm just reminded of this quote where she says, "Do the tides command this ship? Uh, I beg your pardon, princess. Do the tides command this ship?" Maybe you should think about uh, the tides who have already decided on killing you versus me, who's still milling it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is some cold bloodedness.
Right.
Which, again, Salazzle, cold blooded reptile,
Mm-hmm.
cold blooded princess. Anyway, then we gave her. Why can I not remember? Oh, we gave her Mawile.
Yes. And I knew there was Pokedex entries too that all fell in line. I know part of it has to do with the hair.
Yes, part of it was the hair. The other part is, oh, that Pokemon looks cute and cuddly. And then it is not.
But there was more too, and I can't remember what it was, unfortunately. I remember it was a good reason.
Yes.
That's all I remember.
And I am going to bring that up because I don't remember either. Don't be
So what
taken in
happened?
by this Pokemon's cute face. It's very dangerous. Mawile fools the foe into letting down its guard, then chomps down with its massive jaws. The steel jaws are like horns that have been transformed. And then it uses its docile looking face to lull foes into complacency, then bites them with its relentless jaws.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly what she did. Made people think she was like an innocent princess, and then
yeah. And especially with the Kyoshi warriors when she dressed up like them and
oh
fought the
yeah,
entire Earth Kingdom and brought it to its knees.
yeah, yeah. She very deceiving.
Yes. I am an 8 foot tall platypus bear with purple polka dots for skin. She's good. Uh,
I can't remember who the last one was that we gave her.
oh, I will bring that up, and you will remember exactly why we gave it to her. We gave her Toxtricity.
Oh right, because you wanted something for her electricity.
Yes.
That's right. I forgot all about that.
And more specifically, the amp form, or the blue purple one.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because
I think we were thinking of Luxray or something like that, and then decided to go with that one.
yes, because it is an electric poison type, and it is
Right, and
very
she's also poison.
yes, also
Or
poison.
she's toxic.
Yeah, and the blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you have not noticed,
There's
there's
a
kind
theme
of a
there.
theme going on down here.
Right.
But again, this is an extremely. I mean, obviously, bring a water type, you're going to be okay. But
Right.
not really, because I mean, you're not going to one shot, except for maybe Houndoom. But Mawile will come out of nowhere and rock your world.
Yeah.
And all of these can inflict serious status conditions to you.
Yeah, a lot of severe damage.
Yeah. Toxicity can not only poison you, but it can also paralyze you. Then you have uh, Hisuian Zoroark with Curse,
Yeah.
and Houndoom, Salazzle, and Charizard can all burn you. So,
Well, and the Suian Zoroark also just lacerates anything near it when it attacks and just
yeah. So,
tears into it.
yes. So, yeah, you will survive and win the fight, but it is going to be a hard fought one. And if you are not leveled properly,
It'll hurt.
it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And I look at this as more of like an Elite Four type team. Not quite champion level
Yeah.
like Toph, but definitely Elite Four level.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Totally.
yeah. So that was
Or even a
Azula.
rival.
Or, yeah, definitely a good rival team, too. So that was Azula. And now we must move on to Azula's friends. Mai and Ty Lee.
You mean May?
May. I thought it was Mai.
No, it's May.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Because I could have
I'm,
swore it was May.
that's what I just said, May. You kept saying my.
Or Mai.
No, there's my Valentine, but that's not.
Maybe that. Damn it. Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, yeah, it is May. Like, it's Mae.
I could have swore it was Mai. Well, anyway. No matter. Because you all know who I mean.
The emo of the bunch.
Yes. And
Or the goth.
Zuko's on again, off again girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I look at May's picture here, she gives me
Mm-hmm.
Kyoshi Warrior vibes because of her
Hmm.
outfit. I don't know why. Maybe it's the sleeves that she hides her daggers and stuff in.
Yeah, it could be.
So, but anyway, so for May, we have a few Pokemon to go through. I'm sorry, I'm losing my stuff here. All right, I need to get some coffee. I think that'll help. So,
Are you trying to say just take an intermission?
yeah, just a short, brief refill of the coffee cup to restore the energies. And that way I can get names right. And, uh, my Valentine? No. Although, ah,
Isn't
anyway,
this funny? Is this the way you kept saying like May? Like it kind of made me think of like Family Guy when they talk about Meg and they're like talking about her team or something. It's like
Meg.
Meg, we're talking
Yeah.
about.
And if somebody had gotten my dry cleaning today, Meg. Anyway, I've got to
All
get
right.
some coffee. I will be right back, fellas and
Uh,
ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else in between. I will be back.
all right.
Yep. All right. And I am back. And I must let Spooks know that I am also back.
Hello.
Oh, never mind. I can put this down now. But anyway, got my coffee, which I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it is steaming hot. So Uncle Iro came to the rescue.
Gave you tea?
Yeah, well, hot leaf juice.
Oh,
You call this tea? This is nothing more than hot leaf juice. But anyway, so for May, so I don't screw it up. For her starter, it helps if I have the thing pulled up so I know who I'm talking about.
May.
May. We gave her a really cool Pokemon, and some of you might disagree, but I don't. We gave her, for her starter, a shiny
Oh yeah.
Delphox.
Yes, I was fighting for that one.
I knew you were. And you
You
know
were
what?
wanting to give her somebody else, and I don't remember who it was now, but I remember I had to fight you on that one.
I don't remember either, to be perfectly honest, because after your arguments were made, there could be no other starter Pokemon for her. There couldn't.
Yeah, it just
Uh,
aesthetic and everything about it.
yes, it is a mystical fox. Its whole thing is deception, and the way that May has to fight is through deception because she's non-bender. So
Hmm.
you she has to be able to catch you off guard if you are a bender. I mean, fighting anybody, but more
Yeah,
so when the people she's fighting have a very large advantage, technically speaking, and
right.
she can hold her own against any of them. And
And
that's
Delphox also. Sorry, go on.
oh, well, Delphox also being a psychic type, uh,
Hmm.
lends very well to May as well because of her ability to think as quick as she does on her feet. Because I mean, just like Sokka, Suki, and even Ty Lee, you have to be fast. You have to know what you're doing uh, to
Yeah.
take on these people. So yeah,
Uh, on the aesthetic level too.
Yes.
Delphox has the long sleeves. Yeah. And the shiny one, isn't it like the coloration's very similar to her outfit or something like that?
It is very purple
Yeah, okay.
and purple and white. And if you uh, added a little bit more red or crimson to the fur,
Mm-hmm.
it would look almost exactly like May's outfit. So,
Right.
but yeah, Delphox, after all of our back and forth, there could be no other
Right.
choice. So,
I can remember who our other choice was.
um, I wanted to give
The
her, I think, either
was it?
Skeleturge.
I say
Uh,
was it Blaziken?
or- I was thinking of Blaziken, I think, but the whole fire chicken thing, I'm not sure. Uh,
Yeah. I don't know. It's not that important.
I also wanted to give her Charizard because of her relation to the royal
Oh,
family
yeah.
as well. Because she's technically a noble, so. But
Yeah, I was thinking more of like the straight, like actual emperor's family.
but yeah, after we decided that it was just going to be the royal family and nobody else gets Charmander, just the royal family because that's an
Yeah,
exclusive thing to them. It made more sense. So,
yeah,
nope, you were definitely correct. So then this one should come as no surprise to anybody, and if it does, I don't know what to tell you, but Gothitelle.
yeah. He is a Gothitelle.
Yes, a dark and psychic type, which again,
Is Gothitelle dark, or is it just psychic?
maybe it's just psychic, but because of its colors, I want to call it a dark type, but I think I may be wrong, actually.
But still,
Yeah, it's just psychic.
atti- the whole attitude and aesthetic of
Yes.
May, just Gothitelle is just perfect for that.
Yes. And uh thanks, I guess.
Right. She's
uh
totally the goth emo.
yeah, and again, psychic type just because of how well it fits her personality because again, she is a literal cerebral assassin. Like
Yeah.
she has to be able to pick you apart, figure out what moves you're going to do, and use everything that she has against you. And
Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that she was Fire Nation, I
mhm,
would say that Greninja would have been a good argument too for a starter for her.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
But it just feels wrong giving them water types, especially for a starter.
yeah. But I could also see her training with a Greninja for sure, or
Yeah.
or I don't even remember half the mons that could fit her personality. There's a lot. There really are a lot, but these were the ones that
Mhm.
we singled down because with over almost 1,000, I think it's over 1,000 now, but it is
Yeah, we either very close or over.
yeah. So with that many Pokemon, yeah, not everybody could make the list. Sorry.
Right.
So then we gave her a aha. And this one might seem weird, but I don't think it is. But we gave her a Mega Garchomp
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
because, for one, the thing has blades for hands. Come on now. I mean, technically, say we should have given her Scyther or something like that. And who's to say we didn't? But
I think we were also saying that the shape of them kind of resembled her sleeves too, or something like that.
yeah, the shape of them, uh, the fact that it is super fast, it's literally a land shark that can fly. So let me rephrase that. It's a shark that can fly. Um,
It's a shark that can fly.
yeah,
It's not even a flying type; it's a ground type.
yeah. But I think regular Garchomp can fly, can't it?
Not like you can't teach it fly.
Oh, never mind then.
It flies around,
Yeah.
but it doesn't learn fly.
I feel like Iris when I first seen a Charizard. What do you mean it's not a dragon type? It flies around and breathes fire.
Sometimes Pokemon logic is out the window.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like reading any Pokedex entry, and then you look at the size and shape of these things, and you're like,
Emboar has the strongest fire punches. Can't learn fire punch.
Yeah, Vikavolt flies around at high speeds. Speed 45.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't remember all the reasons for Mega Garchomp. I remember there was reasonings for it, but
we had a ton, I am sure,
I
but
know.
after 3 weeks and everything happening between then and now,
Yeah, a lot of shit happened without going into detail between then and there, especially for you. Like,
yeah,
you have a lot of shit. Life-changing shit, too, possibly.
yes. So, yeah, cheers to that. But yeah, no, it is crazy. But Garchomp 2,
I'll drink to that.
oh, thank you, sir. But what was I gonna say?
In
Oh,
case anybody.
well,
Sorry.
Garchomp 2, it's incredibly fast. It can slice you up, so can she. Uh, and it's a dragon type. And we felt like
Right.
Fire Nation, she needed to have one.
Well, I think you were trying to give a lot of people, everybody at least, a dragon almost.
Almost, yeah. I think we. I think the only ones we didn't was Sokka and Katara, honestly. Because I know Iroh had a Drampa, and then
Right.
and
I'm
then
trying to remember. Anyways,
yeah,
I just think I can remember the more reasons for Garchomp.
right. I should have just wrote them down like everything else, but
Mm.
come
Oh
saw. All right, so next up, because I will spend more time thinking about why and not finding reasons.
Right.
The next one we gave her, which, if this one doesn't make sense to you, then I don't know what will. But we gave her Weavile.
That's right. I remember that.
And Weavile, again, and some of these were just pure aesthetic choices too, just because they match the character in some way or another.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Weavile too, I think it had to do with being both dark and ice and her being kind of a dark person with a cold attitude.
yes, exactly. And it's a little bit smaller in stature, but it's also part evil type, which, for those that don't know, dark is not dark in Japan. It is
Yeah, it's evil.
just the evil type. And with May, I am sure she could be extremely evil if given the right circumstances.
Right.
And again, her cold blooded nature and everything else about her. So, Weavile just fit the bill. And
Mm.
I could see her meeting a Sneasel in its early stages throughout her journeys in the Pokemon world or Avatar world. Sorry,
The Pokey Avatar world.
the Poketar. I don't know how you would
Avalon.
right. Hey, there you go. I like that. Avalon.
Sounds like a Digimon. Anyways.
But yeah. Yeah, Weavile we just felt like really fit the bill here. So then we move on to her next Pokemon, which this one I do remember, and we actually spoke about this Pokemon earlier today. Where are you? I know I downloaded your picture. There you are. Skarmory!
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it is a metal flying type, and we were talking about uh, May possibly using its feathers that it drops
Yeah.
as
For
her
her
daggers.
blade. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that it is a basically flying cheese grater.
A flying knife shop.
Yes, I could totally see her having one of these. Just
Mhm.
she would rock your world with it. You would have no choice but to grab a fire type and hope for the best. But
Yeah, no,
because
I think
you are not part of the elite in the Fire Nation, you probably won't have a fire type because you're from one of the other nations.
right. That's true. Yeah, I feel like her Skarmory would be a formidable foe, and I feel like it's one of the ones you would get later on, like maybe in the mountains or something.
Exactly. And I could see her finding it and being like, ooh, gotta have that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Skarmory, I hope makes sense. If it doesn't, then forget me.
No, I like the idea of her
Yes.
having Skarmory.
And then her last Pokemon, but certainly not least. And again, this is on aesthetics, but I think it will make a ton of sense once you see it. But we gave her a Mian Xiao,
Yeah, yep. I remember that now.
which I just realized most of her team is psychic type, or at least half of it, because I believe Mian Xiao is psychic fighting, isn't it?
No, Medicham.
Oh, darn. Is Mian Xiao just a pure fighting type?
I think so, yeah.
Well, poop. It should be part psychic. It looks like it could be part psychic.
Yeah, I could agree there. She at least has two psychics, I know that.
Yeah. So Mai's team is also
Mine?
or May. May. Gosh dang it. May. May's team is extremely formidable. You have Delphox, Gothitelle, Mega Garchomp, Weavile, Skarmory, and Mian Xiao. I mean, this is again Elite Four level of a Pokemon trainer, I believe. Uh,
Yeah, I could see that.
and it may not be a single type Elite Four trainer, but I don't think I honestly feel like Elite Four members being single type is kind of counterproductive. I think that it should be a slog all the way through the Elite Four because they are supposed to be the best of the
I
best.
I feel like with Elite Fours, it could be more themed focus versus
Right.
type focus. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember playing Red and Blue and Bruno just being a freaking cakewalk. And same with Lorelei, except for like two of her mons. But most of them,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'll just bring a fire type.
Right.
I'll just kill all of them. And then, I mean, Lance was technically the hardest, and only because he had dragon types. I mean,
Well,
he had two
he had some.
Dragonaires, but
I was gonna say, he had some dragons, but we only had one dragon at that time, so he had other ones that were technically not. Like he had, I think he had a Charizard, but I know he had an Aerodactyl,
yeah, he had
and
Aerodactyl, Dragonite, two Dragonairs, uh,
yeah, Garrett.
a Gyarados, yeah, and I'm not sure if he had a Charizard or not, but maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember what he had exactly. I just remember they were more dragon themed versus dragon types.
Right.
And same with Agatha. She had Haunter and Gengar,
Mm-hmm.
but the rest of her team were all poison types.
Yeah. So.
Even if it's supposed to be a ghost gym or
Mm-hmm.
ghost Elite Four.
Yeah. So that is May's team, and May is a force to be reckoned with. So don't go messing with May.
Yeah.
So that will bring us to Ty Lee. And for Ty Lee, again, and I don't think we actually did Iroh now that I'm thinking about it.
I thought we did. Because we were doing it by order of appearance and he appeared with Zuko.
That's true, he did. So maybe we only had four to go because we just did Toph,
Right.
Azula, now May,
Hmm.
and finally,
Yeah.
oh, I'm forgetting somebody.
I was gonna say, did you forget the main bad guy?
We're not going to do a team for him. He doesn't need one. But there's only two left. So, Ty Lee, one of my favorite characters, by the way. They're all my favorites. I mentioned this last time. But Ty Lee is freaking hilarious.
He's awesome.
Yeah. And I just love her just carefree attitude. And there was a theory channel I was watching, and they had a theory that Ty Lee might have been, if the air nomads hadn't been wiped out, that she might have been a descendant of the airbenders.
Yeah, I remember hearing that too. There's a
So,
lot of similarities.
but her team, unfortunately, is not going to be as ferocious as a lot of the other teams, but
That makes sense.
it makes sense. And it would still be rather formidable.
Right.
Maybe not Elite Four levels, but definitely
She's like the Fire Nation gym leader.
yes. And for her starter, we gave her, and again, disagree with us if you wish. And by the way, in the last video, I said shame on you, internet. And again, Shame on you, internet.
Oh yeah, because wasn't it for freaking Gardevoir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anytime you type up Ty Lee, there is one
You're
image,
that?
and yes, it is from the show, but it was only supposed to be a couple of frames of animation, not put out online for you freaking perverts out there to do terrible things with.
Not only her, but one of her Pokemon too also brings up bad search results.
Yes. But anyway, that aside, her starter that we gave her, and there could be no other starter,
Yeah.
we gave her an Infernape, and more
Hmm.
specifically, a shiny Infernape.
Hmm.
And mainly because shiny Infernape is pink, much like her.
Yeah. She loves pink. And
And
also,
she's an acrobat,
yeah.
and Infernape is nothing else if not a natural acrobat, being a
Well, and
sylph.
her coming from the circus too. He kind of gives me circusy vibes.
Yes.
Like I could kind of see him coming from a circus with her.
Yes. And I could definitely see her as a little girl having the time of her life with a Chimchar, a cute little
Yeah,
monkey Pokemon. It would be her best friend.
exactly.
So the fact that it's shiny, she would have seen it, saw that it was pink, and been like, I want that one.
This one's mine.
Yes. And she may have gotten it from a professor. She may have found it in the wild. I'm not entirely sure. But her personality, I just feel like she would have just found it or gotten it from the professor. And the professor's like, this one's a little different. And she's like, that's fine. I want one that's different. Because I think she is either
Yeah,
a sextuplet or a pentuplet. Can't remember
yeah. She just.
exactly.
I just remember she has a big family or something, and like they're all the same. And
Yeah, I think she has 6 or 7 sisters, something like that.
yeah,
So yeah, being twins in that regard, holy crap! I could not imagine growing up with 7 other people that looked just like me. That would be
yeah.
crazy.
The rest of her family are Nurse Joy's and Officer Jenny's.
Yes. All right, moving on to our next Pokemon, which again, there's a theme here.
I forgot about that. Sorry. Go on.
We gave her another cute pink Pokemon that is also very circus related, in Mime Jr.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
this, I feel like she would have found at the circus she was at, because I'm sure there would have been a lot of Mr. Mimes and Mr. Rhymes and Jinxes running around for different acts and things like that. And Mime Jr. would have just been there because, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
when a Mr. Mime and a Jinx love each other very much.
No. No. Why are you going into all this? Uh,
But its bubbly personality, its aesthetic,
a clown.
the clown, the whole nine, we feel like just fits Tylee. So
Yeah.
we
It
went
likes
with
to
Mime
goof
Jr.
around and
Yes. And in that regard, we could have even given her a Wobbuffet, but
Yeah, I can see that.
but we did not. But that is okay because the rest of the Mons make just as much sense as these ones. So then we have given her a, where is he? Toxicroak,
Oh yeah, that's right. That was because of her
chi blocking.
her point thing. Yeah,
Yes. And what does Toxicroak do if not paralyze and poison you?
from his punches with his
Yes.
little fingers or whatever the things are called.
And I could see these two flipping about, training, doing all the little punches and stuff. And I think it would be so cool to see like a choreographed routine for these two.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more I think about it, I didn't. We didn't discuss this before, but Ty Lee, I could also see her being a contest person.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, being a coordinator. That's the word I was looking for. Pokemon
Yeah,
coordinator. Um, but yeah, so we felt like Toxicroak made a ton of sense here uh, with everything going on. And then more to the theme of the circus, we also gave her Hitmontop.
well, I mean, yeah, it definitely is part of the circus theme, but also just again with her like flipping around and handstanding and kicking people.
And the more I think about it, because I forgot about Zuko's little breakdancing moves that he did, we could have given Zuko a Hitmontop too.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
But the other cool thing about Hitmontop is that the only way to get him is by taking a Tyrogue and matching its attack and its defense. They have to be matched the entire time while leveling it up. And
Right,
it's all about balance. And that is something that we see with Tylee. She was a tightrope walker, which requires an extreme amount of balance and just the whole nine. And it being a fighting type, and Tylee is very much a fighter when she needs to be. Um,
right.
and so, and also the whole balance thing too could also fit into her uh, the idea that she might be the descendant of airbenders. So,
Yeah, that's true.
so
I
yeah,
didn't think of that.
yeah, Hitmontop just fits. So that's what we went
Yeah.
with. So then next up, we went with yeah, what we were discussing before, but unfortunately, it just fits Tylee too well. We gave her
Partially due to that.
what's that?
I said partially due to that too. Really.
Yes. But we gave her Megalopony.
Yep.
Yep. And it may be partially due to that, but
Well,
even
it's also.
even Ty Lee herself plays into it because in that episode she had all those boys drooling over her and
Mm-hmm.
she loved the attention. And uh, Azula essentially calls her out in that episode and says, "You're not a challenge, you're a tease."
Right.
Uh, but yeah. But anyway, That part aside, get the
Right. I know there's more reasons too, but that was just.
but Lopunny itself, I mean, it's a fierce protector. It's a motherly type. Uh, it kicks ass like really hard.
Yeah, it'll fuck you up.
Yeah. So don't let my cute demeanor make you think that you're gonna have an easy fight, because you are not. And that's the whole thing about Ty Lee too. This is why I loved her so much, is because you see her chi blocking these guys and just completely ruining them in
Yeah.
fights. And she just has this cute and innocent naivety or whatever you want to
Mhm.
say, about it. Just like, yeah, I just messed you up, but hee hee, that's just fun. Like, holy crap. She's the
Yeah.
type of person, and I'm not saying she's a psycho by any means, but I could see her stabbing somebody while laughing about it, and not in a
To be fair.
maniacal way. Like, it's just another thing that she just has to do. Stab.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, but Lopunny, yeah, is very, 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 very strong. And then you turn it into a Mega Lopunny, and yeah, you have Tylee in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Cute, but dangerous.
Also, kind of acrobatic-ish in its own right as well.
Absolutely. And it had to be Shiny Lopunny because it's pink. Like,
Exactly.
and we didn't want to go overboard with shinies and especially legendaries and stuff like that for these Pokemon.
Right.
But it just, if it fit the theme, it fit the theme.
Mm.
And then finally, her last Pokemon, which is just funny to me, but it makes so much sense. It's the only Gen 8 Pokemon, I believe, that we have on the entire
I don't, I
list.
don't, I don't even remember what we gave her.
Flamigo.
Oh, yeah.
uh,
I forgot about that.
One of the main reasons why we gave her Flamigo is because, again, she is a match set with all of her siblings, and Flamigos are very, uh, they're a flock
Group
group.
oriented.
Yeah, group
Yeah.
oriented. And,
Social.
yep. And it's also very pink. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but it was the pink thing. There was other reasons, and I think it's the Pokedex. I have to look it up now, but I just we have one more to go after this one, so I'm just like,
Meh.
but anyway, Flamigo I thought was an awesome mon, so we threw it in there, and again, it's probably one of the only Gen 8 or not 8, 9, Gen 9 mons in this entire list.
Yeah.
So that is Ty Lee, and this team is definitely gym leader level. I would probably say eighth gym leader level. Because
Yeah.
she has a fighting type, she has a fighting poison type, she has a psychic type, she has a fighting fire type. Then she had I is Megalopony normal fighting or just normal?
Or is it normal fairy?
It might be fairy. Let's look.
I can't remember. I know it's the duo type, I'm pretty sure.
It's normal fighting.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
Which is pretty good because normal's weak to fighting.
yes. And the fact that this thing, oh my gosh. And then Flamigo. I think is just flying, but I don't
I
remember.
think he's fighting as well.
Really? Yes, it is a flying fighting type. Oh, that was the other reason why. It's known as the synchronized Pokemon.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And it learns a move called Throat Chop. That is so freaking awesome. I love it. Uh
And then now I think we're on the big boy, aren't we?
we are. And my brain is dead. But that's okay, because I am not. And we will move on.
You wanna call it a night and do him in another 3 weeks?
No. No, I do not. We have come this far. And at this point, it is time that we finished.
Yeah.
But this has been a ton of fun.
Yeah. I hope. I mean, probably not right away, but I want to do like a lot of the like side characters that we haven't done, like the bounty hunter chick and Sparky Boom Man and
Yes.
the blood
Yes.
witch.
All right, big boy. The big.
All right, Mark Hamill.
Yes. The big bad of the series himself, Mr. Ozai. Sorry. If he was a wrestler.
All the way from the Fire Nation, the Phoenix King, Ozai.
Fire Lord, Fire Lord. I freaking love that episode. Woo, down with the Fire Nation. Ah, man. Oh, when we say Avatar was a well written show, we are not kidding at all.
Yeah, it was a great show. I don't know, anybody who hasn't seen it, like they should.
It is a
Has
must
it's a very deep and meaningful show too. Like
Yes. What? Did I not? Oh, there he is. Okay. So, for Fire Lord Ozai, again, theme Charizard. But not just any Charizard. Gigantamax Charizard.
yes,
And I believe it is the strongest form of Charizard that there is. I don't know if there's a stronger one.
I don't know.
Because I don't think Mega X or Y comes close.
No.
And I hate to do this, but I have to fit everybody on the screen. So I'm sorry, Gigantamax Charizard, but I cannot make you as large as you actually are. Because I know you are not shorter than the Fire Lord, but you will not fit on the screen otherwise. So you must remain tiny. But yes, Gigantamax Charizard was the only choice we could think of for Ozai.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, with that, I guess we are going to take a short intermission.
I am back. It does not look like Mitchell is. Or Rex.
I am back.
I just exposed you, sorry.
That's okay. I think I've exposed you as well. In one of our other episodes. You do not know our government names. You have not heard any of these words before. Yes.
Anyways, yeah, Fire Lozai.
Yes.
And the next Charizard.
Yes, that is where we were. Okay. So, like we were explaining, Gigantamax Charizard is obviously one of the most strongest forms of Charizard, and we could not think of anything stronger. And with Ozai being Ozai, he would have this form.
And because he's part of the royal family, he gets a Charmander.
Yes. And we went back and forth on this next Pokemon because we could not decide which one to give him.
Which one is this?
We knew it would be a legendary, but we weren't sure on
there's
two Pokemon that fit this description. Moltres and Ho-Oh.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we decided on Moltres.
Yeah, it just fits them more, I think, aesthetically and with everything.
And we felt like he would be the only other character who should have a legendary besides Aang.
Yeah. Just because of their status and how powerful they both are, like, they felt like they're the only ones that really deserve to have any legendary, really.
Yes. And
because otherwise it's unfair giving everybody legendaries.
Exactly. And even though the other team members may have met legendaries from whatever region they came from,
Right.
like Kiyoshi, I am sure, or not Kiyoshi, Suki, who is a Kyoshi warrior, she may have come in contact with many legendary Pokemon being on that island, but that doesn't mean that she would be able to catch them. So
call them and train them.
Yeah. So anyway, and Moltres being a Phoenix makes perfect sense for Ozai.
Yeah.
And again, we went back and forth between Moltres and Ho-Oh, but Ho-Oh just seems too good and pure and is a wish granter and all of those things that it just didn't feel right to give it to Ozai.
Yeah.
And I know some might disagree with the three legendary birds even being legendary. I've seen that thrown around. That
really?
Yeah. There are some circles, very small, but there are some circles that do not believe that Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos are even legendary.
But they are. They're the three legendary birds.
I know.
It's literally in their title.
Yeah, but they argue because Arcanine, who is not a legendary Pokemon, shows up in a lot of their lore as well, discredits them. Yeah, I know. But to me,
say the same thing about every legend. Anyways,
I know. But I follow the rule if there is only one of it in a game and there is only one way to catch it, then that makes it a legendary.
I mean, there are arguments that could be made with that one too, but I don't really.
With Rotom and Spiritomb and all those, I know. But
right.
But the games do not say that any of those are legendaries, so I tend to agree with the games. But anyway.
Yeah.
Enough on that tangent. Yeah, Moltres, Phoenix, Fire, Ozai. Perfect.
Fire Lord.
Fire
Phoenix.
Yes. And then the next Pokemon we gave him We could not think of anything better or more fitting than this one. A King's Gambit.
Yeah,
So
that
I
felt
was,
pretty spot.
yeah, and I was wrong. There are 2 Gen 9 Pokemon on this list. Oh, and I suppose I forgot about I can never remember its stupid name. The Gardevoir thing. Uh
Oh, Iron Valiant.
Iron Valiant, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I don't hate Paradox Pokemon, but I do not like their names. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, their names were so stupid.
Some of them look freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, designs. Some of them are amazing.
Yes. But the name schemes, I'm just like, really? We're just going to take 2
Anyway,
words and put them together and that's what we're going to
yeah.
call them? You have come up with pseudo Wudo. You have come up with some just ridiculous names. Nope, Iron Valiant. Iron Shreds. Uh whatever. Anyhow.
Walking Wake,
Yeah.
Screamtail.
Yes. Like why? And I hope that's an English thing and not a Japanese thing cuz
I have no idea. Yeah.
yeah, cuz I don't feel like the creators over at Pokemon headquarters are talking amongst themselves and are like, we're just going to come up with the dumbest names possible for these things. I could totally see like some translator going, I don't think they'll understand that. We're going to name it this instead.
We should do an episode where we give other Pokemon paradox form names.
Yeah, if we do, yeah. Just know that it's going to be the funniest episode you've ever seen.
Anyways, we need to get back on track here. We're getting way off.
Yes. Anyhow, next up we
I,
have
I King Gambit was what we were on.
yes, we were on King's Gambit, and then we chose this one for not only the theme but also it's one of my favorite Pokemon. And
Which one?
unlike all the Avatar characters, not every Pokemon is my favorite. So, but we gave him a Luxray.
Oh, right. Yeah, because we were trying to find an electric one for him, too.
Yes, and Luxray is very much like a lion. Has
Yes.
Is an electric type, a pure electric type, or is it electric dark? No, it's just electric.
No, it's not electric.
Yeah. But it's also very royal in nature, and King's Gambit is the same. And I don't know why I didn't cover it, but King's Gambit, uh, we know that Zuko is an expert sword fighter. I'm pretty sure we never saw it, but Ozai would have trained with Piandao, I'm sure, as well as Zuko in
Yeah, I'm
his
sure
younger
he's
years.
skill sword, yeah.
Yeah, and King's Gambit just made so much sense. It's a dark type. It's a samurai. It's very royal. I mean, it's in the freaking name. So, and we just love the overall design of him. And looking at it side by side with Ozai, holy crap, does it fit? But yeah. So, and this is not even, we're 4 Pokemon in, and we already have a Gigantamax Charizard, King's Gambit, Luxray, and a Moltres. Like, we're talking final boss, top of the mountain type of
Yeah,
stuff here. Uh,
right.
so then moving on to his next. Oh, and Luxray again. It's a very royalty based Pokemon. I mean, it's like a lion. Lions have
Mhm.
prides. Uh, they're fiercely protective of their stuff. They learn dark type moves like Crunch and, well, I guess Crunch. Whatever. It's an evil move. But anyhow, um, I mean, I wish they had done more with Luxray, but that's another conversation for another time. But moving on, again, to fit with the motif we've got going here with royalty and everything else, uh, we had to give him this Pokemon, and I think we were deciding between the two, and then we just said screw it, we'll give them both. Uh, I don't remember, but I do remember that we loved it, but we gave him a Nidoking.
Yeah, again, because he's a king.
He's a king, and with Nidoking, much like with Salazzle and Toxtricity for Azula, it's a poison type.
Mhm.
It's a ground poison
Yeah,
type, and that's the thing
he's
with,
again a very toxic person.
yes, extremely toxic. He's a king. He poisoned his children against each other. Uh, and yeah, I mean, it just overall we felt like Nidoking made a crap ton of sense for Ozai to have. So,
Mhm.
and then finally, last of this video, but certainly not least, we gave him a dragon type Pokemon and one of the meanest, sharpest, cut you to ribbons Pokemon there is, Haxorus.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't remember why, but I do remember that now.
uh, well, because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember why either.
I know there's reasons for it.
Um, well, one, I think because of his bladed head, it fits the King's Gambit aesthetic. Uh,
Mm.
it's a dragon, so
Right.
it's got that going for it. Uh, and on top of that, uh, Haxorus, I believe, was a pseudo legendary, or no? No, it wasn't. That would have been Garchomp, I believe.
No,
Oh,
because Garchomp's in fourth gen. Haxorus
Haxorus
came in
is
fifth
fifth
gen.
fifth gen, yeah. And fifth gen had, who was the pseudo for that gen?
It might have been Haxorus.
I am going to look this up. I'm just going to look this up because it is going to drive me crazy why we chose Haxorus. Okay, so, oh, um, uh, nope, definitely not that. Why did we give him Haxorus?
I don't know. And you know what also sucks? I just remembered
Huh,
that we didn't do this entire time
huh,
that we did with the first one
huh.
is we didn't explain
Oh,
how they would get all these Pokemon and where they would find them, and
oh, that's true.
because we were going through like where they would find them in the world of
That's true.
Avatar, where they'd be located, and
You are correct.
we didn't do any of that in this one at all.
I, yeah, well, I completely forgot about that part. because I wanted to throw the lore in there. Like,
Yeah.
where did you find them? Uh, why you would have it in your party? Uh, all of that stuff. Um,
Yeah. Well, we may have to redo this one sometime, and
we'll do it as a next year on the anniversary.
yeah.
Well, and the other thing too that I would love to do with this list and stuff is like do a proper video at some point because like I want to add all kinds of stuff to these videos as well, like edit them in such a way where we get like moving shots of the Pokemon and different
Yeah, it's just learning the editing skills and stuff, and
yes, actually get music in here because I'm sure
yeah,
it's got to be tough to try and listen to us talk the entire time without any music in the background. So,
yeah, yeah. I know. I watch some guys on they use like intermission music, and
yeah. Um, because it says here they are kind but can be relentless when defending territory. They challenge foes with tusks that can cut steel. And it's like that does not it's he's not kind. He's not a kind man.
no,
I think at the end of the day we just chose him for his looks and the
it
fact that
might
he's
have
a
been.
dragon type.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I
I
wish I could remember.
yeah, me too. Darn you, time,
Yeah,
for causing us to forget things.
was it maybe it resembled his like armor or something?
Oh, that's right. The plates, because you can't see it in this, but when he is dressed up like the Phoenix King, he looks like Haxorus.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, it was his armor.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. I was
Yes.
kind of taking a wild shot in the dark with that one.
But you are correct. It was the theme. The theme. It all comes back to the theme.
Yeah. Okay.
But no,
That's funny.
you are absolutely correct. Yes, it was the Phoenix King outfit with the helmet and all the other stuff. So,
Right.
uh, but
I
yes,
have an I have an honorable mention for Firelord Orzai.
yes.
That is Alolan Executor. I know nobody gets that but us, but I feel like it needs to be mentioned as an honorable mention.
Ah, ah, you are gonna kill me. Ah.
He would be very proud of his Alolan Executor.
Yes.
He would hold meetings for everybody just to admire this Alolan Executor,
Yes.
and you would be forced to see it.
Yep. And he would show it off to you whenever he had time, because he is very proud of his Alolan Executor.
Yep. Well, that I guess concludes our Pokemon Avatar Part 2.
Yes, and there will be more of these incoming as time allows, of course. But with this being technically episode 8, we only have 5 more until we're at episode 13. This is called episode 7 part 2, but in the grand scheme of things, it is 8. So,
Quotations.
quotations.
Um.
But
So when do we plan to try to do our next episode, or do we have a plan for that?
I have no plan. I don't want to set anything or say anything because
With how crazy things are now?
yes, and with a lot of things coming up, within the next few weeks and next month. Plus, I'm going to be doing a lot of overtime at work and things like that for reasons.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't want to set
Is it-
anything or say anything. We will make another episode, though. This is not going away. This is our pride
Do we
and joy.
plan? Do we plan to do one in July without saying too much, or are we just not going to be able to do that because yeah? Or we could talk about that even offline. We don't have to.
Right. But just know that there are special things coming. And not like that.
And maybe like that.
But the future.
Unfortunately, the one in July, though, I realized may not. I mean, not like we get a lot of people just dying to tune into us, anyways. But I realized during that time, the gathering will be going on.
Yes. And curse you, gathering, for not being closer to us. But anyway, with all of that being said, and this episode taking as long as it has, and if you have stuck around this long, I'm going to say thank you. Of course. And
we appreciate you.
Yep. And the 3 things that we must say in every video: like, comment, and subscribe. Please, we need your any and all help that we can get in getting this channel more viewership and get it up off the ground.
If you want us to be saddle hose, please do this.
Yes. Yes. And like I said, I will let you ride me like a donkey into the gathering if I can get a ticket. But anyway,
specifically, like,
yeah, I gotta be specific because some people might be like, "Well, you said I could ride you," and I bet, no, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry. Anyhow.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have anything else to say, do we?
I do not at this time. Unless
I don't think I do either that I can think of. Besides, please bear with us, and we will eventually get this shit going even better. It's just,
yes,
it is what it is right now.
right. But for right now, Juggalos, whoop whoop.